This is Brand Builders. We've been actively working in D2C land for years and are continuing to be in the trenches daily. I'm Matt Lady, one of the co-hosts. Each week I have an episode with Tom Brown and an episode with Richie Mashiko. Sometimes we'll have one together. We are here to share our unfiltered, candid, casual perspectives, insights, lessons, experiences on building a D2C brand. We text about this stuff all the time and are super nerds about all things e-commerce, and we just want to share this with you and hope you get something from it. Enjoy the show. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Black Friday, Cyber Monday 2022 recap, Facebook ads equals building a business/brand, and personal and professional goals, knowing yourself and knowing the game you're playing. But first off, Richie, what the heck is up with this hat, my guy? What is it?
Bro,
what are you wearing?
okay, this is my prized possession. This is a replica Civil War officer's hat. Okay, now, before you cancel me, at least know I chose the Union side, obviously. I didn't get the gray one. Hey, screw the gray one. That's Confederacy. Hey, man, my hero, the most underrated U.S. president of all time, Ulysses S. Grant, the one who saved the Union, saved America. In tandem with Abe Lincoln, one of the other GOAT presidents. Okay, don't underrate U.S. Grant. He saved America. Go watch the Grant documentary on Amazon Prime, baby. 3-part series produced from the History Channel. It'll change your life. And
Not
then get this
sponsored.
hat.
And then get the hat. Not sponsored. Okay.
Then get
Wow.
this badass hat. I love it.
Yeah. Those not watching on YouTube, Richie. Yep. Yeah. You should be watching on YouTube for the hat itself.
Hey, the Battle of Shiloh is like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, guys.
Speaking of Black Friday, Cyber Monday,
What a tradition. The transition.
That transition, though. We're recording on the 1st of December, so it's aftermath, a few days after Cyber Monday.
What is it? Thursday.
And some brands have extended their sale. Surprise! Extended sale. We never do this, and they keep extending their sale. Or worse, like I don't have a problem with you extending your sale. I actually don't care. But what I do care about and find interesting is when you change the offer to make it a better deal when you said it was the best deal that was going to happen. And now you have all these homies who just bought and they could have saved 10 to 20% more. That's what frustrates me as a consumer for sure. So anyway, Cyber Monday is like basically wrapped up. Richie, how the heck did you guys do? Talk to me about it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Hey, Black Friday, Cyber Monday 2022. It was the littiest one yet, guys. It was the best one yet. It was litty. I was so happy. I was as happy as when I got this damn hat. But no, for real. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of numbers, ranges. So for reference, last Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we were down year over year. So over the weekend, we did in 2020 we did around almost 1 million, a little short of 1 million. Last year we did about 3/4 of that, so we were down like 25%. So and that was just on. I'm just talking about Shopify now. So I had projected maybe doing a little bit of the same. Maybe somewhere in between 2021 and 2020, around quarter of a mil to a mil between over the 4-day weekend, right? So before we get to those numbers, I thought that something might have been different the week leading up to Black Friday. I think I was texting you fucking screenshots.
Yes, you were.
Was I texting you screenshots over the week? Yeah. So for context, we launched our sale pretty early, like the 1st of November, and we keep the same sale. We keep the same sale, guys. So it's not like changing numbers. So don't come at me, Matt. But traditionally, what we've done is really ramped spend the week of Black Friday. So starting Monday, so that when we get to Black Friday, we're not like spending. We're going from spending like 30 grand to like 150 grand, right? Even though maybe some people do it. Like I'm kind of a wuss, and I like to like ride into it. And historically, what's happened is over those 4 days, the efficiency really takes a drop. So we ran at about a 1.8 to a 2.0 MER. And we go from like above 2 the first 15, 20 days of the month, and then like those 4 days, it goes down like 1.6, 1.4, 1.2, 1.2, and then
Looking at a 1 day, looking at a one
on
day.
a yeah, 1 day, and then on Friday, then it obviously goes back up for Black Friday, right? This year, what happened? We started ramping the middle of the week before, so the Wednesday, so like a week and a half, like a week and a day before Thanksgiving, so a week and 2 days before Black Friday, um, and we really started ramping, and our efficiency held, and we were doing over 100 grand days at 2x the week of Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then I was like, oh shit, this is like crazy. This is either going to mean we're really going to do really well Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or the other option is we're pulling up demand so much that our Black Friday and Cyber Monday are going to suck. So that's what I was worried about. And luckily for us, it didn't suck. We had the best Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend we ever had. Black Friday, I had projected doing about 270, given how the week had gone. On a good note, we did about 330.
That's just
And then
Shopify.
obviously Shopify added 244 MER. That was really surprising. We didn't spend as much as we probably could have, but that's okay. Over the weekend, we kept the same spend as we did on Black Friday, actually, and the efficiency fell to 2, but the revenue was still really solid. It was over $250,000 days, Saturday, Sunday. And then for us, historically, Cyber Monday has been our best day of the year, and that trend held for us. And the evening rush came, and we did about 450 something, I think, at a
Wow.
2x. And that was awesome. So a couple things, it's just, siren, wee woo, but, I try to get some context. So what are things that I think that made Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday? One, it could be like the macro environment. It seems like a lot of people did well. I don't know if you've been hearing the same thing. It seems
For
that
the
way.
most part, yeah. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of folks did well, which is awesome. Everyone go make your money. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then I think pacing the spend out earlier was awesome. Was a good idea. So we didn't have to ramp super drastically over the week. Instead of ramping 50% day over day, we were able to ramp 20%, and that was good. Good for us. Good pacing. We sent a lot more emails. I think we sent an email every freaking day of the month almost. I realized I was kind of being a wuss, not sending more emails. So this year I was like, screw it, we're gonna send more email, and our email team really came through. Um, and over the Black Friday, Cyber Monday period, something that really, I don't know if it helped us, but it helped. It put me a lot more at ease. Was actually being a nerd and tracking spend and revenue hour by hour, to make adjustments on the fly, right? So I know we bumped 2 times on Cyber Monday from what we had originally planned. It I should have done this the whole weekend, but I wanted to cut spend on Saturday coming off of Black Friday, but we didn't get to do that until the morning. Efficiency gave me a heart attack, but it came up. So I was like, oh wait, let's just keep it the same for tomorrow, and it worked.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just really being on top of it, I guess. This year's what worked.
Okay. So a good recap, good intro, good context, and wee woo siren is a reference from 2020 D2C Twitter in 2021, where people just like love posting their screenshots and like trying to pretend like they are sharing something, and they just want to show off the screenshot of their client, and like And most of the time, it's not brand founders. It's usually agency owners, media
Yeah.
buyers, and freelancers just like flexing the work that they quote did, where it's a team effort and more pieces to the puzzle than them. So we'd go. People started going around and posting little siren emojis and gifs of police sirens and stuff to troll
Shout
people.
out Dave. Shout
Uh,
out Dave.
Shout out Dave Herman, police car chase enthusiast himself. So that's that reference. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to ask you more about or clarify, because even though you're texting me like throughout this whole time, I still have questions. So if I have questions,
Oh,
that means other people have questions. So you said you did a ton more email. Did you do any SMS, or is SMS overrated?
oh, we did SMS. I need to look at the numbers. I just let our team handle it. Uh, you know what I mean? Like General Grant gives his orders to General Sherman, and General Sherman just, took Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
No, no one knows what you're saying about Civil War
Okay, my
shit,
bad.
Richie.
My bad, my bad, my bad. Basically, I let I let our email and SMS team decide on the strategy. My
Yeah,
only mandate was let's send more. Let's try to
more.
send more email. I think we were a little bit more selective on SMS, just because it's more
Yeah.
expensive. But we sent a healthy amount. I think we sent at least one or two every day of that weekend.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow. Sweet. Okay, so that's included in this email. Send more. Got it. That makes sense. And you're talking about ramping up spend this past period versus years past, where you kind of did a big jump all at once. More so on Friday. Have you been ramping up spend for the 30 days before, like even into October, or
Good,
yeah? So, wanted to
good,
know more
good,
about that.
good question. We try to. It really isn't that much, to be honest, because we go from spending like 15 to 20K a day end of October, right? Um, more like actually more 10 to 15-ish actually, and then we just ramp that first when we launch on the 1st of November. So actually before November we don't really ramp that much. If anything, I'd probably want to try to ramp sooner. Uh, I think it's hard though. Maybe that first, I don't know if it's you or if it's just me, but I don't know if you see the same thing. Um, but I think kind of after Veterans Day, right, the Thursday or Friday, the second week of November is when people really feel like, okay, I'm gonna start looking for the deals. Um, but that's just kind of what I've seen, and then we get
Yeah,
aggressive with it.
yeah. No, that makes sense. How do you know how much? I know it's a little different with post iOS 14 and retargeting and media buying being dead, but how much of the budget allocation is going? Do you know, from prospecting and retargeting? Do
Okay,
you
so
even have
that's
different campaigns, or is
that's
that
a
a
great
Susan
question.
question?
I
Yeah.
think okay, that's more of a Susan question, but this is a
Okay.
great. But I was actually adjusting budgets, because our ad account is in PST, so I would just wait till like 11 o'clock every night and adjust the budgets for the next
Yeah.
day, right? I think on Cyber Monday we spent over 200 grand, maybe 230 grand.
Wow.
Take a guess at how much of that was in a remarketing campaign.
Like under 10%, like 5%.
$2,000.
Holy, yeah. So that's literally 1% or less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny.
Oh, and was that just because was the return just the same, and you're or is that past
Yeah, it was kind of the
customers?
same.
Is it just the return
I
was
don't
the
know,
same? Yeah.
but
What the heck?
it worked.
That's crazy. It worked. Yeah, because before Mr. Tim Apple decided to shaft all e-commerce and D2C brands just 15-20% with the iOS 14.5. Um, the play was ramp up your spend 30 to 45 days out Black Friday. Like build your retargeting pool build your email
Oh,
list, buy the cheaper traffic before
right.
because everyone starts ramping up the days before, the week before, the day of, right?
Hmm.
So I didn't know if, like, for you guys, since it is such a, you get one product. Birdie's a single product, a single SKU.
Right.
There's no, if you're not a clothing store where you can like get a few different things, or if you buy 2 months ago, you come back and buy again. Like, it's really not like that. It's like a single acquisition typically. So
Right.
I just didn't know how that would looked and worked for you guys,
Yeah.
because
I mean, I know we
that's
also
what a
have
lot
a
of brands do. Yeah.
right. I mean, we have an interesting product too, right? Where it's like really acquisition focused. There's really no LTV retention built into Birdie One, so it's kind of like an infomercial product, right? Like a what's that one? The blanket sweater
Oh, the
thing.
Snuggie.
Yeah, the Snuggie. You know, that's kind of like a one hit thing.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. And so you guys have ramped back down, I'm sure, somewhat, but you're still running your offer through the
Yes.
holidays, right?
Yes. So this is the other thing for us that's kind of been true for the past 2 years since we've really hit BFCM hard, is that really the month of December is a lot better for us than the month of November. Because we have our ad spend elevated, right? And what I've seen in our data is that we revert back to the levels of the Saturday, Sunday of Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend for really the first 15 days of December.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, we could talk about this in a little bit, but we underprojected revenue by about $1 million on Shopify. That was my fault. I did not know this was possible. um, so I'm
Wow.
gonna I'm gonna let this keep running for today and tomorrow, and then I want to cut the fucking spend, which I'm super pissed about. Um, but yeah,
Wow.
so then we're gonna have to come back down and just operate more profitably, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That three x
Less
MER baby,
less
uh,
volume and more
less
profit.
volume, more profit.
Wow. So
Um,
you under I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just making sure I understood and heard. You under projected by 1 million on
a little
revenue in
more, actually,
Shopify.
more like 1.5 million. Yeah, now that I think
Wow.
about it. I think I projected 2.3 for November and we did like 3.5, 3.6. And then
That's just on Shopify, right?
yeah, and then we got to get into the Amazon thing. Uh where okay, I'll just uh
Yeah.
lead with it. We projected around 1.4 for the month. And then I saw how the month was going and then I brought that projection down to 1.2. And we ended up doing 1.7. So if you go for the original projection, right, then that difference between 1 and 1.2 on Shopify and about 300 on Amazon is like a 1.5 under projection, which is
Wow.
awesome, you know. But now we have inventory issues, which is fine. It's just good learnings for next year. Really strong cash position. Um, but yeah, the Amazon thing surprised me even more because I think for us on Amazon, the thing is it's at least me, I don't have that much insight on how to control the revenue, right? It's not like, hey, Facebook, let's go spend another 10K today and increase revenue by like 15 to 20K today, right? It's not like that on Amazon. So what I was seeing the beginning part of the month, we were pacing at around 1.2 run rate.
Hmm.
Um, Then I knew we were gonna get a spike on Black Friday, and it came. And then we started running a lightning deal. So uh, you could probably go look up what that is. It's like an offer that you run specifically on Amazon. We launched it on Cyber Monday a few days ago, actually. Dang, Cyber Monday was only 3 days ago? Are you
Yes,
kidding me?
that's what I like.
What?
You said
Damn, they're
it.
fucking
I
started.
said it Like this is the.
It's like an eternity ago. I'm just looking at the calendar, dude. It's like an eternity ago. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Damn, I'm full of yourself. Shit, I'm tired.
Go take a nap. You got to rest.
Fuck. And then Cyber Monday, we launched it and it's running through this Sunday, for a week. And
Okay.
we went from doing 110K on Black Friday, around 75, 80K every day, between the 75K Saturday, 80K Sunday, and then we went all the way up to 350K on Cyber Monday.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely incredible.
So, and that is still carrying over. So
Yeah.
we're pacing at 150K Amazon days.
Wow.
So
And that's organic and paid, right?
yeah, I think we on Cyber Monday we spent like $3,000 on Amazon. So it was like or 3,500. So it was like 100x ROAS or something like that. Something crazy.
So
100x
okay.
ROAS.
Okay. Okay, but on Amazon there's more fees compared to Shopify, right?
Oh yeah, there's more fees, but for just the way that our business works, it's more profitable still to be on Amazon because we spend way less on ads.
Yeah. No.
We're not getting 100x ROAS every day. You know what I'm saying? But
No, not at all. But so it's more demand. So with that low of ad spend, do you think you could have spent more on ads and gotten even more? No, it's just like it's all demand capture, huh? Yeah.
Yep.
It's more like Google.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like SEO, man, but not SEO like, oh, you're getting people to your website. Like SEO, people already in market for product.
Yeah.
You know, good channel. Good channel.
Good channel. Good stuff. Shout out, Mark. So that's SMS, email, Amazon, Facebook, retargeting. Talked about a few different stuffs there. Have you guys tried YouTube at all? Is that in the mix at all or no?
No TikTok, no YouTube. Too lazy. Probably should get to it next year.
Too lazy. Oh man, I think, dude, I don't think it'll ever get to the same scale. But I think TikTok is going to be a very solid number 2, and you'll see some spillover effects both towards Shopify and Amazon with TikTok. So, man, it's such a visual and audio product that you can just demonstrate instantly.
Right.
You know what it is. So, especially on that sort of platform where it's short form video only, it's just in your face. And it's cheap. It's very affordable. It's in that impulse buy price range. And I think that's, I don't know what your target demo, or not target demo, but what the age demo distribution is for purchasers. And if it might be skewed because a lot of them might end up being gifts or for family and they give them to younger kids. But I think there might be a nice little piece of pie on TikTok for you guys.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You gotta stop being lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think dude, take some money. I'm sure you could afford 10 grand on ads a month. And go just try it out and figure it out. You have a ton of creative. You might have to adjust it a little bit or re-edit it a little bit. But
Q1.
Yeah, I know. That's insane. So you have to keep us posted on how that goes. But
you
even
talk about what you guys did or no?
I mean, sure. So with Stumptown, again, no, we didn't have any offer for the mattresses. We've never done a sale or discount in 6 years since the brand started. So I did a no sale ad, no sale, same price year round as a headline on this static image, and that that got 20 or so purchases attributed to it, and that's a lot for us because our spend is not nearly at the same big boy level as you guys. Our spend is $9K for the whole month, So
20x ROAS, baby.
but it was like a 20x ROAS in platform. So we did benefit from the increased like buying behavior of what people are just buying more. They're looking for gifts. They're shopping. They got their wallets ready, their credit cards out. The buy now, pay later platforms logged in, Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, etc. So sometimes we did pretty good. We had 3 really strong days in a row between Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and pretty good on Cyber Monday. But we're pretty efficient for it. Now it's December 1st, so November was pretty efficient, a higher MER than we were doing the previous 2 months. So, and we're still on WordPress. That's not the Shopify site yet. So we got over 7x MER. No email, WordPress, like just chilling. So that was Stumptown. And then, fun fact for those listening and following along, I started a freelance gig with another brand in their portfolio, next to Stumptown Mattress, called Swag Off Road. And so we kind of last minute threw together some stuff, kind of advised them on some ads and more email strategy, but not too big came of it. But ultimately, the weekend we ended up seeing about 20 to, I think it's about 30 grand higher this year compared to last year. But a lower Cyber Monday, because they only do a single day sale for Cyber Monday, and it's like a one or two like days all year for the sale. But this year they did a early access to the email list, so we did see a brief 3 times as big of a Black Friday 2022 compared to 2021. So it's 3 times as big on Black Friday, so like 45K instead of 15K. And then Monday was like 30 grand short of last year's total, but we made up for it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, it was a little more spread out. So the offer is pretty simple. It's 10% off all orders, and then 15% off if you order $1,300 or more.
That's a crazy deal.
Yeah. So I saw some like $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 orders coming in. I was just like, wow, that's incredible. So I had my Shopify notifications on just to feel something. So that's their sale, and then it kind of normalized so far the rest of this week back down to like 15 to 20K days, which is not bad, because again, no paid ads. Just organic,
add infinity MER.
Yeah, exactly. So like pretty good between those 2 brands that either and then I should be working with Swag Off Road at not a full-time capacity, but at a larger capacity, figured out sometime this month, and then in the next few months kind of do a pilot program. But essentially I would want to just ramp up ad spend, get them over to Klaviyo instead of just MailChimp. Literally couldn't tell how
properly
much
set
we
a
made.
pixel.
Properly set up a Facebook pixel. Like, dude, all this stuff, like mid 7-figure brand, insane. Like, it just goes to show you how, like, product is so much more important than like all these marketing gurus make it out to be. Like, oh, it's Facebook and my account structure and this and that. And dude, if you have a good product, like that's what matters.
The cheat code.
Product. Yeah. It's the most important thing you're selling. So yeah, that's pretty not nearly as much to recap on my end compared to you, but that might change next year. So okay, so then just a couple more quick ones, and then we'll kind of keep it moving, keep it shorter this week. So we saw a tweet the other day, because there's a lot of discourse around Facebook ads, like, and there's a couple different tweets and conversations. I don't want to rehash it all, but basically, there's
Performance
two different
marketing.
sides. Performance marketing is like ruining what it means to build a business, but like the other side of it is like some businesses don't exist without performance marketing. So it's this really dogmatic conversation. It's black and white apparently, and it's not like at all. It's not black and white like most things in life, but that doesn't get engagement on Twitter. So you got to just take a stance and stick with it, even if you're wrong.
You don't get
But
followers.
yeah, but like Facebook ads like has built so many businesses. Like you can
I
have
love
a
Mark Zuckerberg, man.
you happily pay him Zuck bucks. Like you'll pay him the Zuck tax all day. It's you get distribution that and customers you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Like there's not a more efficient channel for many brands still to this day. Like I just don't think these conversations are centered around the same brands that we're talking about. We're talking about the bootstrap brands from like 0 to 20 million versus like the big brands of like 50 to 100 million plus. And it's like, oh, Facebook is just one part channel in the marketing mix. Like first of all, like I don't know, like I feel like some brands have gotten to 50 to 100 million basically on Facebook alone. So I just don't get like why people care so much. First of all,
Yeah, you know what it is? I think people always have their own self-preservation in mind. You know what I'm saying? And it's like anything. It's religion, it's politics, it's sports, it's anything with like a core belief system. Like as stupid as it sounds, people have core beliefs on their careers, right? And their businesses. So one side of the coin, right? More of like the Facebook ad is ruining everything, comes from like it comes from the perspective of like, hey, like brands are like meant to be here for hundreds of years. It's like an art, right? It's like it has to be done tastefully, whatever the hell that means, right? And then the other side of the coin is like, yeah, we're the only thing we're doing is optimizing for like return on spend for performance, right, to generate sales. Okay. And each of those people have different career interests, right? Based on, how they view their lives. And it's kind of the same thing, the discussion that we were having the other day, where
yeah,
it's like with people, you have to know your goals in life, your goals in right, because like why are you in business? Okay, why do you have a job? You do that because that's part of the equation to having a good life, right? You don't start a business just to start a business. You start a business because it's a potential answer to how to live a good life, right? So what's a good life? Well, here's the thing, everyone has a different perspective on what a good life is. Okay, so some people say, hey, I just need cash, right? I don't really care for this business to be alive for 100 years, right? I want to make money and that's it. Or not that's it, but like that's kind of like I'm really oversimplifying the argument, right?
yeah,
Um, so with that that's going to have a different set of behaviors, right? That's going to lead to a different set of behaviors because you have different goals for uh, your business. Because in your context, how to live a good life, the way your business needs to operate and perform is a lot different, right? Than someone who is thinking super long term, right? How do we build this thing into like $1 billion brand over the course of decades, right? That's a completely different conversation, right? And I understand that point because if you look at the biggest brands in the world, the freaking stereotypical ones like the Nikes, the Apple, the
Apple,
Disneys, the
Coke, yeah,
P&Gs, all of them, like Ralph Lauren, they've literally been in business for decades, some over like a century. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and I agree. I think Sean from Ridge put this in his tweeted it out or put it in his newsletter or something. Basically said like, you know, you could discount because guess what? It doesn't really matter. People don't care because your 5-year-old business isn't really a brand yet. And to an extent, it's true. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's my core belief that brands are built over decades, like true brands are built over decades, and that comes from like a lot of distribution, right? Um, and it's like a compounding thing. Like you, like if you like, anything about compound interest, like you're just gonna make more of the course of 4 years than you are over like 3 or 4 years. It's just how the world works. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty like dumb conversation, honestly, and I feel like people are just like, it's like, hey, like you're like a devout like Catholic. I'm gonna try to convert you to become like a Muslim or a Jew or like a Buddhist or like a Hindu. You, it's just not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean the edge cases, but it's like how many people are gonna like jump ship or switch their like whole like ideology? And people could have different ideologies at different points of their life. You know what I mean? So it's not static at all. I don't know. I just think it's dumb.
Yeah. No, I think you explained it very well. Broke it down, especially with religion as kind of that core belief and that sticking point of like, this
I,
is my truth, you know?
right. And then like you try to impose your truth on everyone. That's the part that I don't like about it because it basically makes the assumption that you have the same worldview and the same goals. Um, or that your perspective, worldview is like superior to others.
Yeah. And so this is like, we'll wrap up by going into what you briefly alluded to it of like our conversation the other day was like personal goals and business goals, right? And we're playing like, we've actually been talking like a lot for like almost daily for like 2.5 years. But it only until recently, literally in the last 7 days, we've I at least, maybe he knew this, but maybe only I came to realize that we're playing as of right now. We're playing and going for very different games and very different goals. And for me, I'm working towards more like 50 grand a month as like my end game, like my goal, right? Like that to me is like
You're still
something to
freaking
work
rich.
towards. And like that's still plenty. That's so much. That's 600 grand a year. Like, right? That's a lot of money. And so I'm working towards that number across job, businesses, opportunities, projects, etc. And so Richie's working towards a number that is at least 10 times as much as that, if not higher. And so the business opportunities and projects and like opportunity cost and our decisions are very different. They're weighed and they're not always aligned, and that's okay. And
That's
so
okay.
we've come to, that's okay because now I realize that, and I want to play my game. He's going to play his game, and we still have something in common, and we're playing the same similar games, or we have similar overlapping things. Like we're going to build this podcast. We're going to do this for a very long time at infinitum, like a very long time, years, right? Like it's gonna compound. It's gonna be fun to look back and pull the clip from like this moment in like 10 years from now. It's gonna and see like where we're at.
It's like we're
And
playing
so
basketball, but it's like 1v1 or like 5-on-5. It's just different.
it's just different. It's a different set of like rules and goals and methodologies. So that's similar, very similar to like Facebook ads, performance marketing, brand building. It's just different. It's all different. There's different ways to play it. There's different tools. You just really have to know, be self-aware, and figure it out for yourself first what you want out of your life, your business. And then there's
Yeah,
go ahead.
and like when people like I just don't like, people they might give advice. There's a lot of people who give advice, right? And some of it is good, some of it is bad, but you got to know what um fits into how you play, like what your goals are. And I think sometimes, I mean, obviously it's like Twitter, you only have like 280 characters or whatever the hell. But it uh it just might not work for you. So you got to know
Yeah.
you're the one that knows the context of your business. That's all I
Your
gotta say.
business, your life. Yeah.
Your life.
Uh, if you're the loudest people, and Alex Hormozy, for example, is one that has popped up over the last year or 2 years all over social media. If you're in the business, entrepreneur, marketing world, and he runs acquisition.com now, and it's like a holding company, and they buy, invest, and operate businesses, whatever, and it's like $100 million. Like, he's playing a very different game in scale. Like,
Right.
sure, some of his advice might make sense at some parts, but you're playing two different games, and you should not just like try to copy exactly what he's doing unless you're trying to do what he's doing. And most
Exactly.
people think they want that, but they don't want the stress in building a team and employees and multiple businesses to $100 million. Personally, that sounds stressful as shit. um, I will I'm not striving for that. I think I might like accidentally end up at like 10 million when I'm going for my like 50K a month. Like I might get to a million. I might get to 5 million in like 5, 10, 15 years, right? But I don't think I'm gonna accidentally get to $100 million a year. That's like,
Hey, maybe with
and that's
inflation.
okay. Maybe, but like that's not my goal, and I'm not playing that game. I'm not optimizing for that. So I think that's it. That's a wrap. Just know what you're playing, what your business is, what your life goals are. Know yourself. Know
But
your
definitely send
worth.
more emails during Black Friday. No, just
Send more emails. Send more emails. Always more
kidding.
emails. Find a hat you like. Wear it. Life's short. Just live
Hey,
it your
watch the
way.
Grant documentary 3-part series on Amazon Prime. Good show.
Good show. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next episode of Brand Builders. Next one will be back with Tom. So catch you then.
Peace.
That's it for today. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. I love being able to do this and meet with people that are smart and enthusiastic and just want to share what they have to know about all things D2C. Every rating and review and episode you share with a friend means a ton to me as I continue to bootstrap this show as part of my small little media brand, High Key Geek. If you haven't checked out my other show, Ecommerce Uncovered, you should. It's a little more tactical and practical, and I've guest experts on to learn from freelancers, agency owners, in-house marketers, and founders, all in an effort to help you continue to bootstrap your D2C brand profitably. 2 episodes a week will have you staying up to date on the ever-changing industry and learning fundamental concepts and tactics for you to apply to your own brand. That's Ecommerce Uncovered on the High Key Geek YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple, or anywhere else you find your podcasts. Catch you next time.